We actually use hydrogen into markets that reduces greenhouse gas emissions. So, for example, hydrogen displaces diesel in trucking, and that reduces greenhouse gas emissions further. So, look, it's really exciting that we can make a real impact here on the greenhouse gas emission footprint.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another executive interview. Today we have a true innovator in the sustainable energy sector with us. So please join me in welcoming Nicholas Mumford, the Managing Director of Greenhill Energy, an Australian company with a bold mission to revolutionize the way that we produce clean hydrogen from waste. Nicholas, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Rhythm. Good to be here.
Amazing. Now, Nicholas, Greenhill Energy's mission is truly remarkable, focusing on developing clean hydrogen energy solutions from waste. So can you help our viewers understand how this mission actually contributes to reducing greenhouse gas emissions on a significant scale?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it helps in three key ways. And firstly, we need to understand about landfill. What does landfill do commonly? So when we send our materials to landfill, it contributes to methane emissions, and that's a really potent greenhouse gas. And the IEA, International Energy Agency, estimates about 20% of human-induced methane emissions comes from waste to landfill. So by diverting waste from landfill to our process, we avoid those methane emissions. And so that's the first significant reduction in greenhouse gas emissions right there. What we then do is then we take that through the process, and we do produce a CO2 emission, but we actually utilize that CO2 in our process. So we make value-adding products with the hydrogen and the CO2 from the processes, and those products feed into existing market chains. And then the third way we reduce emissions is we actually use hydrogen and into markets that reduces greenhouse gas emissions. So, for example, hydrogen displaces diesel in trucking, and that reduces greenhouse gas emissions further. So, look, it's really exciting that we can make a real impact here on the greenhouse gas emission footprint and reducing emissions so strongly from our integrated process.
Amazing. That's truly commendable, Nicholas. Now let's talk about the technology. So how does the gasification technology, which is used by Greenhill Energy, differentiate itself in the market, and what advantages does it offer in terms of hydrogen production?
Yeah, so look, a lot of the hydrogen production projects that might be around the world focus on a technology called electrolysis, or the green hydrogen projects. And electrolysis basically, separates the hydrogen and oxygen from water to produce the hydrogen, and that is a valid process, and it's proven, and it's viable technology. However, it's very high cost, so it produces hydrogen at a very high cost. Our process produces hydrogen at a very low cost because it's proven technology. It's been used for 100 years in one form or another. And it produces hydrogen from the waste material at below $2 per kilo as a metric. And part of the reason for that process is the input feedstock is very low cost. However, and how we differentiate from electrolysis projects, however, is that the hydrogen produced from those projects stops there, and it needs to be sold into markets, into new developing hydrogen markets. Our process means that we can make value-adding products from the hydrogen using the CO2, as I said before, into existing markets. And those markets are markets like fertilizer products, like urea, synthetic fuels that feed into the existing fuel markets, etc. So we don't have to wait for those new market opportunities to open up. We can access them right now. So we have a low-cost production of hydrogen, and we feed into existing markets. And that's really a point of differentiation for Greenhill as compared with a lot of other hydrogen producers.
Amazing, very impressive indeed, Nicholas. Now, given the complexity of the waste to hydrogen industry, how does Greenhill Energy mitigate risks, and what strategic relationships are in place to ensure the success of the Riverbend Energy Hub?
So, really good question. How we're mitigating risk with Riverbend Energy Hub specifically is that we're taking a staged approach to the development. So we're really bedding down each stage before moving on to the next stage. And that really allows us to de-risk the whole process and get to first revenue very quickly with the first stage. And that de-risks everything, across the whole supply chain. Secondly, we've got strategic partnerships in place right across the supply chain. So on the feedstock supply side, we have strategic partnerships underpinned by MOUs with solar resource recovery for the landfill waste and peat soils for the biomass waste. And then on the offtake side, we have a strategic partnership with Elders that's looking to take all of the product offtake. So in this case, the urea. So we really have covered the full supply chain and mitigated both the delivery risk of Riverbend Energy Hub, but also the supply chain risks with those strategic partnerships.
Amazing. It's clear that Greenhill Energy is taking a comprehensive approach. Now, how does Greenhill Energy differentiate itself from other players in the waste to hydrogen sector, and what competitive advantages does the company possess?
Yeah, so our integrated process is a point of differentiation in the waste sector, and this integrated process is something that is a inherent IP, and we're progressing a patent for this. And that patent is so that we can secure that value globally for that integrated process. Now, through our strategic partnerships, as I detailed earlier, we can actually quickly accelerate the growth strategy and rolling out across Australia, but also licensing the technology internationally. So we can really access that value proposition both locally and globally through this two-pronged approach.
Amazing. That's indeed a very strong position in the market. Now, shifting gears a bit, investors often prioritize the strength of the leadership team. So, can you highlight the key expertise and experience of the Greenhill Energy team, including yourself, and how does this collective skill set actually position the company for success in executing the waste to hydrogen vision?
Yeah, so look, we have a very diverse team, and I think it's well documented that diversity brings strength. And so there's, of course, myself. I have a strong background in delivering large-scale, complex capital-type projects. My background extends to energy and resources, including positions with Santos and internationally with Shell. I obviously bring that skill set. Laura Fell, who's also one of the co-founders and on the board, has a strong agri background and both within Australia and international experience. The other co-founder, Dr. John Thomas, is an organic chemist by training and obviously understands all the process chemistry in terms of the gasification and the waste to hydrogen process that we're moving forward with. We also have Dr. Stephen Rodder on the board. Now he is Pro Vice Chancellor of Uni of New South Wales for the industry and innovation side of things. So his skill set is very much about startup and commercialization pathways for companies. And so he brings very much that skill set to the team. And Chris Smurden, who himself is a CEO of a cybersecurity company and on the board of ASX companies, brings a great deal of strength in compliance and rigor to the process. So look, as I said, we have a very diverse team at the board and senior exec level, and also the supporting team around them. And we are ready to deliver Riverbend Energy Hub right now.
Amazing. It's very evident that the Greenhill Energy team is well equipped for success. Now, looking ahead, Nicholas, what key achievements should investors be excited about, and how do these milestones actually position Greenhill Energy for future success and value creation?
Yeah, well, what we're doing obviously through 2024 is we're progressing all the approvals for Riverbend Energy Hub, and that's targeting first revenue in 2025 with stage one. Part of the strategy underpinning fast tracking to first revenue is that we're procuring reconditioned combined cycle gas turbine, or CCGT, and we've actually sourced that already. And what's really exciting is that we're going through technical inspections of that unit as we speak. So in the coming weeks, we'll be able to confirm that that strategy is to be executed and in that time frame, and really put us right on the path for first revenue in 2025. So that's really quite exciting, and we're looking forward to understanding those results very soon.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Nicholas, for sharing such valuable insights into Greenhill Energy's innovative initiatives. For anyone watching this interview, if you are interested in getting in touch with the team, please see the details at the side of your screen or in the description of this video. Once again, thank you, Nicholas, and I wish you all the luck with your venture moving forward.
Thanks, Vivian. Been great talking.